None of the Huntrix members are who you think. They all have dark sides and stories that you didn't notice or hear about, which is why I will be talking about all their hidden secrets. From Mida's intense love triangle with demons, to Zoe being related to a demon, down to even Rumi having a surviving family member. This is going to be very exciting to talk about. So, like and subscribe, and let's dive right into it. For a starter, let's talk about Zoe. We all know she's always been an odd one, but most of you think her oddity is her cuteness and her overly optimistic behavior. But it is time for us to look beyond all the bubbliness and sweetness and see that she has always been hiding something darker. What could it be, you might wonder? Well, we will get to that eventually, but the first clue to this is that she has always known more than she should. Let's take a long step back to the beginning of the movie when we saw a flashback from her school days. In that very brief scene, she was writing song lyrics in her lyrics book, and she had a lot of them. If you look closely, on one of her lyric books, she had the word demon written on it with the O crossed out. Mind you, this was before she joined Huntrix, before she became a demon hunter, and before she was supposed to know of the existence of the dark side. So how does she know that demons existed? It's obvious, right? She has always known, but somehow she got into Huntrix. So the question is, who is Zoe, really? I'll answer that question soon enough. For now, let's move to Mida. Mida has always been this grunty, bossy girl who always stood out. Her childhood must have been very difficult because she never did what her parents wanted her to do. She wanted to do things her way. And at first glance, that might just make her seem like a stubborn child or a free-willed child. But if you look closer at the details, you will know that there is more to Mida than meets the eye. The first thing we should pay attention to is her clairvoyant nature. That girl has the ability to notice things that aren't supposed to be obvious. I mean, she was the one that first noticed that Rumi had been acting weird and that there was something going on with her. But it's not just that. She isn't like other humans who had dark hair in the movie. Color schemes have always been an important part of movie making and characters in movies. Like in Kung Fu Panda, where each villain in the trilogy possesses a designated color. In Kpop Demon Hunters, humans have black hair, while demons have colored hair. Yeah, what you think I mean is exactly what I am saying. Mida is a demon. Look at her family photos. She's the only one that has colored hair. She has always been a demon. The question is, how does she hide it so well? Back to Zoe. We asked who she really is. Well, the reality is that she is a demon. Yes, but she's different. I know you must be wondering how that is possible. Well, remember when I said that demons have colored hair? Well, Zoe is the exception. Zoe and Gu. They are the only demons in the movie that have black hair. How do I know she's a demon? Well, other than how she always knows things that she shouldn't know, let's take a trip back to memory lane. Remember when we got to see the first demon hunters and they rescued a village from demons? One of the hunters touched a little girl who was with her mother. Well, that little girl is Zoe. Just take a look at the uncanny resemblance. Clearly, she made a deal with Guima, which is the only reason she could still be alive till this time. And that isn't all about Zoe. But first, let's talk about Mida's heated love triangle. That girl is a firecracker that any guy would want to have in their life. I mean, she's stylish, caring, and strong. So I understand why Abi Saja and Romance Saja are basically competing for her. I mean, just take a look at the joint fan signing when they sat together. The three of them almost ripped off a fan's leg. The poor guy already had a fractured leg and just wanted his cast signed. But in a spirit of flirtatious competition, the three of them kept pulling his leg left, right, and center. I mean, if that isn't love, I don't know what is. And it just makes me wonder who she would pick between the two if she ever decided to choose. Choice. That is something Zoe had and chose wrong. So, remember Zoe's childhood self, the little girl who the first demon hunters saved? Well, can you guess who else that little girl and her mother look like? None other than Jinu's family. Zoe is Jinu's sister. Like Jinu, she was offered a choice after Jinu abandoned them, a choice by Guima. The question is, did her mother make the choice as well? I don't think so, because there was no mention of her family in the movie, which means that her mother died a long time ago. But does Jinu know? Or is he completely clueless? It all makes me wonder. Speaking of siblings, Zoe isn't the only Huntrix member with a demon sibling. Can you guess who else does? Mira. Yup, Mira has a demon sibling, but you'll never guess who it is. I'll give you 5 seconds to guess, and then I'll reveal it, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is Mystery. Shocking, right? Well, that's the truth. Mira is Mystery's sister. And the first hint we see of this is the jewelry they share. A long, thin earring that looks like 2 pyramids joined together. We see Mira wearing the earring when she jumped off the plane at the beginning of the movie, and that is the earring Mystery wears throughout the movie. These two are not even trying to hide their secrets. Does this mean that Mira was adopted by her human family? Now, you would think that having 2 Huntrix members with demon siblings is enough, but no, it isn't, because we have one more. Rumi has a demon sister, but not just any sister. She has an identical twin sister that is a demon. I'm talking about a demon from birth. She wasn't met with any choice like Jinu and Zoe. Instead, she was born as a demon. I'm sure we all know Rumi's father was a demon. I really wish I could have a conversation with Rumi's father, because I want to know what he said or did to make a demon hunter fall for him. I mean, that's just a whole new level of riz. Anyways, Rumi's twin sister got most of her father's demon side. Based on early storyboards of the movie, the baby had clear demon signs from the moment she was born. Her eyes were yellow, and it seemed she had demon markings all over. As for what happened to her, that was never revealed. Next up is Zoe again. When we saw her wearing a hoodie with Derpy's face on it, we all wondered how she knew about Derpy. Well, it's now clear that she knew about Derpy all along. Turns out, since Derpy is Jinu's pet and she is Jinu's sister, she didn't just know about the tiger. She gained ownership after Jinu passed away. So clearly Jinu knew she was his sister. I can't wait for the sequel where all these hidden secrets will finally be made open. Anyways, moving on. The 9th secret is about what happened to Rumi's parents. Rumi's childhood basically shaped her entire life. Celine taught her to be ashamed of her demon markings and hide them. But I think one of the reasons Rumi turned out the way she did was because she was raised by someone that despised her. Celine murdered Rumi's parents. How do you kill your friend and her lover no matter how much you believe in your cause? And you take in their child, who you see as a product of an evil union. Celine was moving differently. Geez, no wonder Rumi is the way she is. And finally, we have Zoe's love interest. You'd expect that she would be attracted to baby Saja, but instead, she was drawn to mystery Saja. We all saw how she giggled at the sight of him during the fan signing, and how she crawled on her knees to his poster on the wall. Anyways, that's all for today. Leave your thoughts in the comments and I'll see you next time. Bye.